A couple of months ago, I talked about in one of my Saturday morning TV logs the Josie and the Pussycats animated series. Now let's talk about the live action movie, which is celebrating its 20th anniversary today. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to you as the Big D, and today I'm going to review a guilty pleasure of mine. It's Josie and the Pussycats from 2001, released by Universal along with MGM, directed and co-written by Harry Elfont and Deborah Kaplan. Loosely based on both the Hanna-Barbera cartoon and its predecessor of comics from the Archie Comics series. The film stars Rachel Leigh Cook, Tara Reid, and Rosario Dawson as the title characters, with Alan Cumming, Parker Posey, Gabriel Mann, Missy Pyle, and Paulo Costanzo in supporting roles. While the film did get a mixed response, but it was a big disappointment though. But anyway, I'll get to that later. Anyway, we start with, a lot of screaming fans check out a successful boy band called Du Jour, as they are about to board a private jet with executive pop music record label guy Wyatt Frame, who is the executive for Mega Records. So, anyway, the private jet is going over a strange backing track they have discovered on their recent single, and the plane's pilot parachute had been thrown out and gone out and everything. Yes. Yeah, Wyatt and the plane's pilot. And leave it to crash with the band still on board. Landing outside of the town of Riverdale, Wyatt begins searching for a replacement band for the boys, eventually discovering struggling local rock band the Pussycats. Led by Josie McCoy, their lead vocalist and guitarist, drummer Melody Valentine, and bassist Valerie Brown. The group accept Wyatt's immediate offer of a major record deal with Mega Records. Despite its seeming implausibility, and they are flown to New York City with their manager, Alexander Cabot III, his crazy sister Alexandra, and Josie's best friend, Alan M. Wyatt renames the band Josie and the Pussycats without their permission. Yeah, at first, Val isn't too thrilled with, but he just explains it. Just imagine if anybody could, buy a comic, watch a cartoon, listen to a record, or go see a movie about Josie and the Pussycats, and, yeah, Melody likes it. So, it's just so funny, what have you. Meanwhile, the CEO of Mega Records, Fiona, is meeting with world government representatives detailing how the U.S. government has conspired with the music industry to hide subliminal messages in pop music to brainwash teenagers into buying consumer products. Does that sound familiar to anyone that happened a long time ago? I know there are some people who have misunderstanding and thinking there were subliminal messages in music, Anyway, musicians who discover the hidden messages in their music are made to disappear via staged plane crashes, drug overdoses, and similar disasters. Now, the band's first single is released, and that, of course, was Pretend to Be Nice, which that was a pretty good song, as a matter of fact. Now, this may not have, any of the songs we actually heard in the actual Hanna-Barbera cartoon, except for maybe the theme song. But, overall, that was a pretty good song. And the first song we hear from the group, Three Small Words. That's a good song. Anyway, due to the subliminal messaging in the song, it instantly becomes successful. Valerie begins to resent the attention the label gives Josie, while Melody's uncanny behavioral perception makes her suspicious of Fiona. Fiona orders Wyatt to kill the two, Well, Josie knows him before they uncover the conspiracy. They are sent to a fake appearance on MTV's TRL, which of course told Request Live to you, where two fake Carson Dailies attempt to kill them. Of course, one of them is actually played by the real Carson Daly, though they survive due to their incompetence. Wyatt gives Josie a copy of the group's latest single, which contains a subliminal message track designed to brainwash her into desiring a solo career. After an argument with her bandmates, Josie realizes that the single caused the fight. Her suspicions are confirmed when she uses a mixing board to make the subliminal track audible. However, Fiona catches her in the act. Mega Records have organized a giant pay-per-view concert that will be streamed online, wherein they plan to unleash a major subliminal message via themed cat ears headsets that viewers must buy to hear the audio. So Fiona and Wyatt plan for Josie to perform alone, but the band insists on performing together. But the two threaten to kill Melody and Valerie in a staged car explosion if they do not comply, but are thwarted by the badly injured members of Du Jour, who survived the plane crash by landing the plane in the middle of a Metallica concert where they were severely assaulted by fans. Now to the ending, you know the procedure, 5 seconds to stop. If you've seen the movie, continue on. But if you haven't, go to the description box below and fast forward to the time below. Here we go. Okay, you've been warned. Josie, Valerie, and Melody managed to get into a fun-filled fight with Fiona, Wyatt, and their security guards. During the tussle, Fiona accidentally destroys the machine used to generate the messages, revealing the new subliminal messages to be one that would make Fiona universally popular. She reveals that she was a social outcast in high school due to her lisp, while Wyatt reveals that his appearance is a disguise. He went to the same high school as Fiona, but was persecuted and unpopular albino. The two immediately fall in love, and the government agents colluding with Fiona arrive. But with the conspiracy exposed, they arrest the two as scapegoats to cover up their involvement in the scheme. They abandon the idea of using music to spread subliminal messages, revealing that movies are much more effective. At this point, the message, Josie and the Pussycats is the best movie ever, goes by quickly with Join the Army in smaller lettering beneath it. So Josie, Valerie, and Melody perform the concert together, and Alan M arrives and confesses his love to Josie, who returns his feelings. The concert audience removes their headsets at Josie's suggestion, and able to judge the band on its own merit for the first time, roar their approval. End of story. So, what did I think of Josie and the Pussycats? Well, again, it was a guilty pleasure of mine, though I have not seen this film in years and what have you. I've watched it almost numerous times when it came on the Stars Network the following year. So, anyway, well, it's a mixed bag, though. While I appreciate the performances we got from Rachel Leigh Cook and well, and Rosario Dawson, which of course this was the film that got me introduced to her. Tara Reid, of course, which of course later on she would return as Vicky in American Pie 2. Expect a review of that later on this year. Everyone else wasn't too bad. Gabriel Mann as Alan M, not too bad. Missy Powell, who I also got introduced to before she went on to appear in let's see, Bringing Down the House and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and several others as Alexandra, not bad. Well, maybe not Factory, completely bad, completely. And Paulo Costanzo, who previously was in Road Trip, the previous year as Alexander, not too bad. But look on the bright side, he wasn't too cowardly like he was in the actual Hanna-Barbera cartoon, though. Well, though I still appreciate saying that some of the stars were factually okay. Alan Cumming as Wyatt and Parker Posey as Fiona, they were alright and all. Now, I will tell you that the members of Du Jour happen to be played by Donald Faison, Seth Green, Alexander Martin, and Bracken Meyer, who also recently appeared in Road Trip with Costanzo. We also have cameo appearances by Eugene Levy, who would also return in American Pie 2. Let's see here, and well, of course, and Brock, Carson Daly, and former MTV News gal and the VJ Serena Altschul. Yeah, since I was already being big on MTV at the time. Anywho, well, the film did get mixed reviews since it was based on the series, but critics felt it and other movies like it based on cartoons, take the Flintstones for example, did not work on screen. Anyway, the film did get, well, a little bit of mixed response. But anyway, the film was still a dud at the box office. The film only managed to bring in 14 million, which is why I want to give an apology if you've never seen the movie before, but I'm sure you have, because in later years the film went on to become a cult classic. So that was good. I recently found out on Universal's YouTube channel that the three main cast members returned for a reunion, which that looked pretty good. I didn't watch it though, but I'm glad to know they returned for that. Anyway, let's see. Later on, this came out in April. Okay. About 4 months later, in August, it would later get released on video and DVD, video cassette and DVD, in the original theatrical version, which was rated PG-13, which unfortunately caused some contention with Archie Comics. Later on, Universal would release a family-friendly PG-rated version, and amid a great deal of profanity and sexual references, because there are some funny sexual references, though. It kind of freaked me out a little, but well, anyway. Also, if I'm not mistaken, a soundtrack was released from Epic Records. I do believe, yes. And, well, but however, the film has yet to be released on Blu-ray. But anyway, and well, the story is, well, factually alright and what have you, but it does have some good music. I mean, not just from the cast, but you'll hear some other good songs, though, including Paradise by the Dashboard Light by Meatloaf, and a little bit of Love Will Keep Us Together by the Captain Tennille. Well, anyway, while the cast is 50-50 on hit or miss, and story is okay and all, music's not too bad though. But the question is, would I recommend Josie and the Pussycats? Well, I'd say give it one try, and if you're not satisfied, I can't say I didn't try. All right, not said. But if you have seen Josie and the Pussycats, tell me what you thought about it in the comment section below. If you like this video, click the like button below, subscribe to my channel as well, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Join me next time when I bring to you a spoiler-free review of a flick I just recently watched on Netflix the other day when it premiered, Thunder Force. Thanks for watching, and if you like this, you may want to check out some of these other videos. In the upper left-hand corner is the Saturday morning TV log I did for the actual Hanna-Barbera Josie and the Pussycats series. Or if you just want some real craziness, go to the upper right hand corner for my review of Airplane from 1980, or if you just want some more weirdness, dumbness, or I don't know, what have you, go to the bottom left hand corner for my recent review of Date Movie, which was a former guilty pleasure of mine. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.